This is Pastor Brian. Thank you for joining me again as we read a chapter a day from the book of Job. Today, chapter 37, the final and concluding remarks from Elihu. Let's hop into chapter 37. Oh, my mind is disturbed by this and is more troubled than usual. Listen closely to the rumble of his voice, the roar issuing from his mouth. He looses it under the whole sky, his lightning on earth's edges. After it, a voice roars. He thunders with a mighty voice, and no one can stop it when his voice is heard. God roars with his wondrous voice. He does great things we can't know. He says to the snow, "Fall to the earth," and to the downpour of rain, "Be a mighty shower." He stamps his hand on every person so all can know his work. The wild beast enters its lair, lies down in its den. The storm comes from its chamber, the cold from the north wind. By God's breath ice forms, water's expanse becomes solid. He also fills clouds with moisture. His lightning scatters clouds. He overturns the circling clouds. By his guidance they do their work, doing everything he commands over the entire earth. Whether for punishment, for this world, or for kindness, God makes it all happen. Hear this, Job. Stop and ponder God's mighty deeds. Do you realize that when God commands them, his clouds produce lightning? Do you understand the positioning of the clouds, the amazing deeds of one with perfect knowledge? You whose clothes are hot when earth is calmed by the south wind, can you form the sky with him, hard like a mirror made of metal? Tell us what we should say to him. We can't present our case due to darkness. Should someone inform him that I wish to speak, or would anyone say he wants to be devoured? For now, no one can look at the sun. It is bright in the sky. The wind has passed and cleared away the clouds. From the north comes golden light, the awesome splendor of God. As for the Almighty, we can't find him. He is powerful and just, abundantly righteous. He won't respond. Therefore, people fear him. None of the wise can see him. So what did you hear in today's text? What stuck out to you? As I mentioned, today is a continuation. Chapter 37 is a continuation of 36, and so it continues to talk about the ways in which God commands the earth through the lightning and the rain and the ice that is formed, and just talking about all the ways in which God is involved in God's creation. And how can we ever stand up to something so powerful, so divine, so perfect? Elihu is stating, at least that's what I understand him stating. And that because of all of that, that informs us of God's great divine splendor. And if God is that awesome, if God is that powerful, as verse 22 talks about, how do we go and find God? God who is so powerful and just and abundantly righteous, verse 23. How do we then go before God if we know that God has done and continues to do all these majestic things in the world? None of us can stand up before God through all of this splendor, through all of this might, through all of this, his just ways. And so I think that's Elihu's final way of saying, no matter what, God is bigger and greater than any of that which you could possibly bring to him. So what did you hear? What stuck out to you? Do you think this is Elihu's final way of saying, don't even try, Job? There's no point in trying to bring a case before God. And we couldn't even find God if we wanted to, in terms of a physical court case with God. So again, what did you hear? Write it down. Share it with someone, discuss it with someone, share it with us on social media. Tomorrow, we get to hear from God. So let's wait with anticipation to see what God has to say. Thank you for joining me today. God bless you all. Take care and stay safe.